be carved in stone. No one sees the debt I've paid. Ghosts I carry never fade. I'm a shadow on the run. No refuge left, no place undone. Burning bridges, bleeding ties. I survive beneath these cursed skies. Every scar speaks my name, of nights of loss and endless flame. But I don't fall, I don't relent. I'm the nightmare they can't prevent. I'm a shadow on the run. No refuge left, no place undone. Burning bridges, bleeding ties. I survive beneath these cursed skies. You can't forget, can't shake my flame. I'm the fire you'll never chain. In this fight, I stand alone, a ghost born of blood and bone. I'm a shadow on the run. No refuge left, no place undone. Burning bridges, bleeding ties. I survive beneath these cursed skies. Beneath cursed skies, I survive. They swore I'd break, they begged I'd fall, but I still rise, I curse them all. Scarred and burning, forged in flame. Every wound just carved my name. Ain't no grave gonna chain me down. Born in blood, I wear the crown. You want war, then face and see. Hell rides tall, and it rides like me. Slide guitar moans low, heavy drums pound like a funeral march. Iron won't bind, and fire won't kill. I rise again, I always will. 1,000 screams that fill my head. I breathe their fear, I dance with dread. Ain't no grave gonna chain me down. Born in blood, I wear the crown. You want war, then face and see. Hell rides tall, and it rides like me. the reaper raise his blade, I'll strike first, I won't be swayed. I don't bow, I don't repent, I tear the sky, my will unbent. Ain't no grave gonna chain me down. Born in blood, I wear the crown. You want war, then face and see. Hell rides tall, and it rides like me. I rose from smoke, I rose from pain. 1,000 nights of blood and flame. A shattered bitch, a twisted law. I keep on running from what I saw. Vultures circle black, they linger wide, waiting on a soul with nothing to hide. She won my crown, you better aim high. I shoot first, then I watch you die. No saints below, no rules above. Once you start hunting, you can't give up. I saw the truth in a liar's eyes. He spoke of heaven while the good man died. Vultures circle black, they linger wide, waiting on a soul with nothing to hide. You want my ground, you better aim high. I shoot first, then I watch you die. Ain't no grave gonna chain this fire. I carve my sins on a burning wire. Stealing bread, that's the word, spoken louder than a preacher's curse heard. Vultures circle black, they linger wide, waiting on a soul with nothing to hide. You want my crown, you better aim high. I shoot first, then I watch you die.
They came with chains and poison lies. Thought I'd fold before sunrise, but I bit down hard, spat out the pain. I don't kneel, I break the chain.
Blood in the dirt, fire in my chest, I roll with the lost. Don't stop, don't rest. You want my soul, then take your shot. But I burn hotter than hell ever got.
I've seen strong men hang for less. George Hyde in Sunday dress. I ain't here to make it clean. I drag the guilty through the mean.
Blood in the dirt, fire in my chest. I roll with the lost, don't stop, don't rest. You want my soul, then take your shot. But I burn hotter than hell ever got.
Slide guitar growls low. Thunder drums hit like chains breaking. Storm rising. Steel in my grin, hate in my eyes. I'm the storm you can't disguise. You built the walls, I bring the quake. The ground will crack with every step I take.
Blood in the dirt, fire in my chest. I roll with the lost, don't stop, don't rest. You want my soul, then take your shot. But I burn hotter than hell ever got.
I've walked through flames with a grin on my jaw. Buried mercy where the shadows crawl. They pulled their blades, thought I would run. But I'm the cursed blood of a smoking gun.
Hell don't scare me, I was born in fire. Raised by thunder, wired with desire. Let the sky crack open, let the reaper try. I'll spit in his face before I die.
I knew their ghost-torn voices cut straight through. But I don't bow, I don't kneel down. I ride with fury, I own this ground. Hell don't scare me, I was born in fire. Raised by thunder, wired with desire. Let the skies crack open, let the reaper try. I'll spit in his face before I die. Oh, 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 oh. before I die. They tried to drown me in smoke and flame, buried my soul, but I rose again. Chains can't bind what the storm can't claim. I ride like thunder, calling my name. I got grit in my blood, fire in my chest. Ain't no devil gonna steal my breath. You can cut me down, you can curse my fate, but I'll stand my ground. I won't break. I won't break. I've been scarred, I've bled, I've walked through fire, watched good men fall while liars rise high. But there's steel in scars and strength in pain, and I won't kneel to no man's chain. I got grit in my blood, fire in my chest. Ain't no devil gonna steal my breath. You can cut me down, you can curse my fate, but I'll stand my ground. I won't break. I won't break. Let the storm roll, let the vultures fly. I ride with this total blood red sky. No grave can claim what won't lay down. I was born to rise, not drown. I got grit in my blood, fire in my chest. Ain't no devil gonna steal my breath. You can cut me down, you can curse my fate, but I'll stand my ground. I won't break. I won't red from the shadows, born in flame. Crawled through the dirt, carved out my name. No shackles bind me, no chains control. I'm the reckoning you can't console. Broken chains, I walk untamed. A storm that never bows to shame. Raise your hand, but don't defy. I'm the echo of a battle cry. They tried to lay me 6 feet low, but I rose up from what they sowed. Iron in blood, fire in breath. I'm the wolf that don't fear death. chains, I walk untamed. A storm that never bows to shame. Raise your hand, but don't defy. I'm the echo of a battle cry. No retreating, no defeat. Feel the thunder in my beat. I'm the war you can't deny. Remember my name till the day you die. Broken chains, I walk untamed. A storm that never bows to shame. Bows to shame. Raise your hand, but don't defy. I'm the echo of a battle cry. I crawled from dirt, from blood, from stone. Had nothing but fists and a backbone. They laughed when I was lost and blind. Now they choke on the smoke I left behind. I ain't your savior, I ain't your king. Just a sinner with iron and war in my swing. When I fall, I'll fall in style, with fire on my heels and a grave digger's smile. I've seen the blade, prayed in vain, watched truth get buried, drowned in shame. But I ain't here to make things right. I'm the storm that owns the night. I ain't your savior, I ain't your king. Just a sinner with iron and war in my swing. When I fall, I'll fall in style, with fire on my heels and a grave digger's smile. Let 'em curse, let 'em bleed. I was built to outlast their greed. No mercy carved in this soul of mine. Only grit, cold whiskey, and jagged lines. I ain't your savior, I ain't your king. Just a sinner with iron and war in my swing. When I fall, I'll fall in style, with heels and a grave digger's smile. I don't sleep, I just sharpen the steel, blood on my lips. The hunger feels real, they wanna fight, then let it pour. I got smoke in my lungs and wolves at my door. Wolves at my shines, just thunder in my chest. I was sent like a second best. I'm the shadow they fear but can't ignore, with broken hands and wolves at my door. Wolves at my door. I don't hide, I grin, let them crawl close. I'll drag them in, tooth for tooth. I was called for, I don't bow down with wolves at my door. That's how I want it, that's where I live. One step closer, I've nothing to give. Let 'em claw, let 'em bite, I don't shake. I was born in the fire that the demons make. Wolves at my door. I don't hide, I grin, let 'em crawl close. I'll drag 'em in, tooth for tooth. I was called for war, I don't bow down with wolves at my door. Wolves at my door. Saint, I ain't no king, just a shadow that don't feel a thing. They carved my name on a wanted sign, but I ride on still doing just fine. Burn it all down, let the flames rise high. Ain't no angel left to hear you cry. You can beg, you can crawl, but it's too late now. When the smoke clears, you're hellbound. Blood on my hands, dust in my veins. Ain't no redemption, just bullets and pain. You pray for mercy, but I walk by. I'd rather watch the night sky fry. Burn it all down, let the flames rise high. Ain't no angel left to hear you cry. You can beg, you can crawl, but it's too late now. When the smoke clears, you're and bodies drop. Hell don't close, it just won't stop. I ain't dying, I ain't done. Load that steel, this war's begun. Burn it all down, let the flames rise high. Ain't no angel left to hear you cry. You can beg, you can crawl, but it's too late now. When the smoke clears, you're hellbound. No regrets, no wasted tears, only smoke and death out here. So strike the match, let the fire blaze. Nothing left but a lonesome grave. On my trail, black hat low, my face gone pale. They set a bounty on this cursed head, but I won't lie down till the earth runs red. Hell rides with me, better start your prayers. No law stands, no savior cares. You drew first, now the reaper plays. When the smoke clears, they'll recall my name. Shadows crawl when my boots strike stone. Every damn badge wants to claim my bones, but I've got 6 answers that won't think twice. I don't miss and I don't play nice. Hell rides with me, better start your prayers. No law stands, no savior cares. You drew first, now the reaper plays. When the smoke clears, they'll recall my name. Take flight, graves stand tall. Ain't no heaven waiting for me at all. But I won't beg, I won't despair. I'll send them down to hell before I'm there. Hell rides with me, better start your prayers. No law stands, no savior cares. You drew first, now the reaper plays. When the smoke clears, they'll recall my name. Smoke drifts high, blood stains the sand. No mercy lives in this broken land. So load the steel, let the fire speak free. If I fall tonight, hell rides with me. Better start your prayers. No mercy lives in this broken land. So load the steel, let the fire speak free. If I fall tonight, hell rides with me. Down by the dead water stream, where the wooden crosses lean, I scratched my name in silence and watched it sink unseen. The crows all chant my sins, from branches split and scarred, and the willows moan their warnings like a choir from the dark. And thunder, my breath reeks of old shame. I carve my guilt in silver, each shadow calls my name. A preacher swore that mercy waits for those who crawl, but I've worn these chains so long I don't feel them at all. This is my black river prayer, knee deep in sorrow, drowned in fear. A cry for grace that chills the air, but no one listens here. The sky won't send no angels down, just storms to wash away this black river prayer I whisper every day. A lantern burns inside the mist, or is it just my past? Every face I fail to save, etched inside the glass. I see her in reflections, her voice a shattered rain. She said, you ride with ghosts now, boy, and you'll never break the chain. The wind don't care for justice, the stars don't heed a plea, and heaven don't send letters to a man like me on knees. So hear my black river prayer to a God who might be gone. I've walked through hell in broken boots and sung my sorry song. If mercy's just a tale they told to make the dying brave, then let this black river prayer be carved into my grave. Ain't asking for mercy, ain't lifting no prayer. Got smoke in my lungs and a cold dead stare. They try to bind me, drag me slow, but I bite like fire and I won't let go. Preacher came knocking, said I still could change, but my soul's been sold for whiskey and pain. Buried my brothers, burned my name. Now I ride through shadows, it's all the same. No grave, no cross, gonna chain me down. I was born for war, not a golden crown. Let the thunder left my sins in a bottle of flame and kissed the dark like it knew my name. Ain't no savior ever showed their face, just me and my gun in a dead man's race. So hang me high, lay me deep, but I won't bow, I won't lose sleep. I carve my bed in blood and fire, and I'll die standing, never tired. No grave, no cross, gonna chain me down. I was born for war, not a golden crown. Let the thunder crash, let the reaper call. I'll be laughing and wild when the heavens fall. No grave, no cross, that's how I ride, with the storm in my chest and death at my side. I ride through the canyon where the dead still moan. 6 shots heavy, I walk alone. The sun bleeds red where the black hills rise. Every step I take just feeds the lies. Blood on the horizon, it stains the sky, marks the trail where the lost souls lie. No mercy waits, no peace to find, just blood on the horizon and a cursed mind. The wind drags whispers from the graves I made, ashes of bridges and debts unpaid. A shadow stalks close with a hollow grin, eyes burn black, it won't give in. Blood on the horizon, it stains the sky, marks the trail where the lost souls lie. No mercy waits, no peace to find, just blood on the horizon and a cursed mind. The wolves are crying, they taste my dread, their fangs cut deeper than the words I've said. Every sin I sowed roots deep in stone, tied to a fate that I don't know. I've outrun the hangman, but not my shame. The mirror shows a ghost with a stolen name. The horizon burns in a crimson glow, where the damned all ride and the blood still flows. Blood on the horizon, it stains the sky, marks the trail where the lost souls lie. No mercy waits, no truth to find, just blood on the horizon and a cursed mind. So let the dusk fall, let the night take hold, bury my heart where the ground runs cold. No preacher's grace, no light divine, just blood on the horizon at the end of the line. guitar, crying like ghosts in the wind. Bass rumbling low, drums fading slow like a funeral march.
From smoke, I bled from pain. 10,000 miles of fire and chain. A broken badge, a twisted law. The last man standing from what I saw. Vulture circle black in the dead night sky, waiting on a soul that refuses to die. You want my head, you better aim high. I draw first, then I watch you die. No saints below, no rules above, no holy hand, no God of love. I've seen the rot in a preacher's eyes. He sold salvation while the children cried. Vulture circle black in the dead night sky, on a soul that refuses to die. You want my head, you better aim high. I draw first, then I watch you die. Ain't no grave gonna chain this rage. I burn my truth on every page, forged in blood, carved in word, louder than any prayer you heard. Vulture circle black in the dead night sky, waiting on a soul that refuses to die. You want my head, you better aim high. I draw first, then I watch you die. Ashes fall, but I still ride. Hell's my home, and I don't hide. Crawl through fire with a grin of stone. Left my mark where the dead still moan. Chains can't hold what I've become. Every step I take beats like a drum. Born of fire, I don't fear
flame. I burn the sky when the world decays. No gods, no kings, no one can claim. I'm the storm that forgets your name. They tried to bury me in dust and bone, but you can't kill what rides alone. I walk with ghosts in the smoke they breathe, laughing while the cowards grieve. Born of fire, I don't fear the flame. I burn the sky when the world decays. No gods, no kings, no one can claim. I'm the storm that forgets your name. Born of fire, I don't fear the flame. I burn the sky when the world decays. No gods, no kings, no one can claim. I'm the storm that forgets your name. Of smoke and sin, raised on blood, learned to fight, not win. They swore I'd fall, but I wear my scars. Now I roar like thunder beneath blackened stars. Ash in my veins, fire in my breath. You call me out, then you call for death. I don't bow down, don't kneel, don't pray. I'm the last dark shadow you'll face today. Stomping rhythm like boots and dirt. I buried hope in a bed of bones, wrote my name in a reaper's tone. Ain't no light in the roads I roam, just hollow winds and a heart of stone. Ashes in my veins, fire in my breath. You call me out, then you call for death. I don't bow down, don't kneel, don't pray. I'm the last dark shadow you'll face today. No halo waits in the sky for me, only smoke and wrath and blasphemy. So strike your match, let the fire turn. You'll taste my rage when the night burns. Ashes in my veins, fire in my breath. You call me out, then you call for death. I don't bow down, don't kneel, don't pray. I'm the last dark shadow you'll face today.
I scream and the wind cuts deep. Ash in my veins, shadows I keep. I ain't no prophet, I ain't no saint, just a ghost with a gun and a curse to pay. Smoking lead, thunder and steel, no regret, no soul to heal. Cross my line, breathe your last breath. I ride with blood, I ride with death. Cards on fire, knife in my fist. You talk real loud, but you don't exist. Whiskey burns, the night turns black. One false step and you won't come back. Smoking lead, thunder and steel, no regret, no soul to heal. Cross my line, breathe your last breath. I ride with blood, I ride with death. Sings, every man falls when the hammer rings. No law, no love, no peace for me, just the howl of gunfire setting me free. Smoking lead, thunder and steel, no regret, no soul to heal. Cross my line, breathe your last breath. I ride with blood, I ride with death. Dust rolls red, the moon hangs low. Ain't no grave where I won't go. Until that end, I'll see it through with smoking lead and a hell-born view. Smoking lead and a hell-born view. I walk a road, don't turn round. No mile markers, no burial ground. Dust in my lungs, smoke in my hair. I know I'm waiting, 'cause no one dare. I once had a name, it burned away. With every town I made betray. Now I sing blues to the bones below, a cursed confession in a broken flow. This is the road, no grave, no rest, where the wicked walk and bleed at best. No stone to fall, no cross to save, just dust and wind for the soul I gave. I howl through night like a dog and slave, still walking the road with no grave. I met a priest, he turned to flee. Said, you smell like brimstone, misery. I met a widow, she kissed my lips, then vanished like smoke through apocalypse. I don't eat much, I don't sleep right. I dream in blood and wake at night. Each town I play, I leave undone. Another hymn, another loaded gun. This is the road, no grave, no light, where forgiveness dies and wrong feels right. No hymns remain, no sins to
shave, just blues I howl from the edge of a cave. I gave up heaven, I sold the brave. Now I burn down the road with no grave. And scars. My ribs are strings, my lungs hold bars. I played a ghost, a clap off beat, and dance in shadows with broken feet. Sometimes I laugh, sometimes I cry, but mostly I sing, 'cause I can't die. Each song's a wound I pour into flame. Each note I play screams out her name. This is the road with no grave, no peace, where the blues don't end, they just release. No ending page, no line to brave, just the howl of a soul the Lord won't save. I ain't man, I ain't beast, I ain't slave, I'm just a voice on the road with no grave.
There's a place past Coldwater Town where the rails go dead and the sun stays down. No whistle calls, no engine cry, just gravel bones where echoes lie. The station rots in a ghostly hush, choked by weeds, wrapped in rust. And if you listen close at night, you'll hear 'em whisper wrong from right.
No prayers past the tracks, no light to land, where the guilty go and saints pretend. The train don't stop, the bells don't ring, just ghosts with songs they still must sing. The ground drinks blood, the air turns black, there's no mercy past the tracks. They say a preacher once lost his grace, found hanging cold in that broken place, and a child's cry still haunts the steam of a night erased from every dream. The sheriff swore he'd cleanse this land, but vanished fast, gun in hand. Now his boots sit by the chapel door, no one goes near there anymore. No prayers past the tracks, no sin erased, just bones and boots that time replaced. The cross fell down, the choir fled, only silence left to count the dead. You cross that line, you don't come back, ain't no hope past the tracks. She screamed. A train passes, but it's not real.
I went once with a bottle and shame to speak with ghosts that knew my name. I asked for peace, I begged for flame, but they just smiled and said, ain't that the same?
Now every footstep feels like theft, every dream a breath I shouldn't have kept. I play this blues to an empty track, each note a sin I can't give back. No prayers past the tracks, no song remains, will go down. Don't look back, there's no soul past the tracks.
Slow from the black dust slume, moonlight drowned in a blood-red bloom. I kicked through embers, boots half burned. I stung with loss, heart full of dirt. Glass was melted, chairs turned bone. But near the bar where she last sat alone, I found it there, warm in the coals, a twisted ring like a branded soul. Her ring in the ashes, still wearing her name, left behind like a cruel old game. She danced in that room not a week ago. Now fire speaks what hearts don't show. A promise burned, a vow undone, and I know now who lit the gun. He was my brother in smoke and steel, swore he'd die for he let her feel the hands of evil or the taste of fear. But sometimes hate sleeps awful near. I saw his tracks on the outer wall, too clean to run, too proud to fall. And the match he dropped was mercy red, but the kiss he gave was what left her dead. Her ring in the ashes glowed through the dark like a last good piece of a shattered heart. I held it close, I felt her breath, as if love could crawl back out of death. He made a promise, then watched her burn. Now the wind repeats, he won't return. One carved in blood, whispered in drought. The town still drinks, but the music's gone, and every song feels like something wrong. I left her ring at the chapel door, where saints don't stay and priests want more. I lit a candle with shaking hands and swore I'd find him across the land. Her ring in the ashes, that's all she left, and the scent of smoke on every breath. He thought the flame would hide his trail, but I got blues that never pale. And when I find him, no words to speak, just fire for fire, cheek for cheek.
I smile in cold water, but not with their eyes. Behind every laugh is a grave that lies. The church bells ring, but they echo strange, like they know the ground's about to change. There's blood in the bricks, tears
years in the stone, this town was built on more than bone. The wells run dry, but the stink remains of secrets soaked in blood and chains. It's a town built on bones, buried deep, where the truth don't die, it just learns to sleep. They planted flowers on forgotten names, painted the silence and prayed over shame. But the ground moans back in broken tongues. Yeah, it's a town built on bones. I heard it first in a child's cry. Said her papa walked but never said goodbye. Mama said hush, that's just how it goes. But the well out back started to glow. Now folks get twitchy when the sun goes down, and dogs all howl at nothing in town. There's eyes in the dirt, breath in the floor. Cold water's got ghosts begging for more. It's a town built on bones, truth turned black, where the devil signs deeds around the shack. No one's clean, not the priest, not the mayor. They just bury it deeper like a wicked prayer. But the dust don't lie and the crow well knows. It's a town built on bones. Last night I dreamed of the sheriff's hat floating in the well where the blood ran flat. I woke to the sound of clawing dirt and a name on my tongue that still makes me hurt. Now I play this blues in the dead saloon, where chairs still creak to a ghostly tune. Each note I bend, another truth breaks. Cold water's curse, don't make mistakes. It's a town built on bones. Smile if you must, but don't dig deep or betray its trust. The well remembers, the stone still weep for every sin you thought you'd keep. So don't come knocking where no one knows. This here's a town built on bones.
But he did.
He wore the collar, spoke in flame, called on heaven, shook the blame. With eyes like stone and a voice like ash, he buried truth beneath the sash. He said the Lord sees all and knows, but kept a pistol neath his robe. And when we dug too close to pain, he showed the steel and not the chain. Then the preacher had a gun, not a prayer. And when the blood came up, he wasn't scared. He pulled the trigger on the first
first to ask, then wiped the barrel and donned his mask. Cold water shook, the sky went numb, 'cause the preacher had a gun when the truth did come. We trusted him with widows' cries, with dying men and children's lives. He baptized us in muddy streams while hiding ghosts inside our dreams. He blessed the bread, he bled the wine, but never looked us in the eye. And when the bodies came to light, he whispered God and shot through night. And the preacher had a gun, wore it well, spoke of heaven with the sin of hell. He carved the Psalms on bullet brass and prayed for mercy he'd never pass. The truth was close, he chose to run, but not before he fired that gun. Vengeance is mine, save the Lord. But the echo said, now the chapel leans half burned, half dust, with ash and shells where once held trust. And I walk past with head held low, still hear his voice in every crow. They say the curse began with sin, but it was him who let it in. No demon rose, no witch was hung, just a man of God with an iron tongue. And the preacher had a gun, not the word, and every sermon now feels absurd. He preached of light, but pulled from shade, and we all bleed where faith betrayed. Cold water fell, undone, unspun, 'cause the preacher had a gun when the truth did come. On St. Mary's Hill, where the crosses lean, the grass grows wild and the stones ain't clean. No sermons now, just the crows that call and the soft crack of dirt where the buried crawl. The wind brought smoke at the break of dawn, from no fire lit and no soul gone. And then the ground began to breathe, like it held too much it couldn't sheathe. There's smoke over St. Mary's Hill, where the dead don't rest and the air stands still. They rise not to haunt, but to be heard, to speak again each silent word. You can run, you can drink your fill, but you see smoke over St. Mary's Hill. Old Father James was the first to fade, his grave split open like a vow betrayed. Then came the widow, still in lace, her wedding ring melted into her face. Children we lost in the 1863 flood came back dry, but their eyes ran blood. And each of them mouthed a name long hid, names the town swore it never did. There's smoke over St. Mary's Hill, where the bones remember and time stands still. They're not after vengeance, they want their name. climb still through the smoke on St. Mary's Hill.
Lone crow caws, then silence. I stood with a lantern, heart full of dread, while the living prayed and the silence bled. Their faces weren't angry, just worn and gray, as if waiting for someone to finally say, "We remember you, we know your song. The world moved fast, but it did you wrong." And when I whispered one single name, the smoke curled back from whence it came. There's smoke over St. Mary's Hill, but the dead don't rise when their names fulfill. Just give them a word, a stone, a sound to mark the place where they were found. Else they'll keep climbing with ancient will through the smoke on St. Mary's Hill. She came to me in a fevered dream, wrapped in moonlight, torn at the seams. Hair like smoke, eyes like frost, spoke my name like something lost.
Said you left me there where the black reeds sway. He still breathes while I decay. I reached for her, but she turned to mist and left a knife where we once kissed.
She waits at the river's edge, where blood still clings to the water's ledge. No peace, no grave, no final breath, just a vow between love and death. She won't rest, and she won't beg. She waits at the river's edge. They found her dress snagged in the reeds, a ribbon red where the river bleeds. I knew his boots, I knew his coat, but I let him live and bit my throat.
Now every night she calls me back to the place where the stars went black. Says vengeance or I, no middle road. Bring him down or share my coat.
Oh, she waits at the river's edge, like a storm too still to pledge. She don't want flowers, don't want tears, just a bullet paid in rusted years. I can't forget, can't turn the page. She waits at the river's edge. I walk now with mud on my hands, a name on my tongue, no wedding band. I've got one bullet and her last breath to balance love against his death.
She don't want to weep or warn, She haunts to pull me past the morn. And if I fail, I know full well she'll drag me down where spirits dwell. Oh,
she waits at the river's edge like a blade hit deep in a broken pledge. And I either kill or join her shade. No mercy left, no deal to trade. So I walk tonight on justice's ledge. 'Cause she waits at the river's edge. Found a letter in my father's coat. Smelled like whiskey, mold and smoke. He said, forgive me, boy, I did them wrong, but blood don't wash, it just runs on. The name Coldwater inked in red, same as the dreams that haunt my bed. Now every face I see in town looks back like they wanna drag me down. There's rust in the bloodline, right in the name, a curse that don't care who's to blame. It ain't what I did, it's what they done. Passed like poison from father to son. Can't scrub it clean, can't outrun time. There's rust in the bloodline. Grandpa's boots still sit by the fire, but folks say he watched that chapel burn high. Ma never spoke of the child she lost, just stared at the well, counting the cost. I ain't pulled no trigger, I ain't lit no flame, but the earth still whispers like I wear their shame. And when I walk by St. Mary's gate, the statues weep like they know my fate. There's rust in the bloodline, soaked in sin. No matter where you end, it's where you begin. I was born with a weight I don't understand, like a coffin's nail in my trembling hand. Truth ain't kind, guilt don't mind. There's rust in the bloodline.
Sins of the father, sins of the blood, we remember. Sound of an old lock clicking open.
Now I walk the edge of town at dusk, where the bones lie dry and the names turn dust. I tried to pray, but the words won't stay. They choke in my throat like Judgment Day. And when I look in the mirror at night, I swear I see his eyes in mine. So I play this blues 'cause it's all I own, a song for the sins I never chose. There's rust in the bloodline, staining the soul, a chain that wraps and takes control. You don't have to sin to carry the flame, just be born with the wrong damn name. Now I bear the weight, crooked by design. Yeah, there's rust in the bloodline.
me slow through the silent square. No crowd to cheer, just smokeless air. The sheriff stares, badge half torn, and the preacher's eyes look more like scorn. Boots on gravel, chain on bone, I felt each step like I walked alone. But cold water watched from porch and frame, and every house whispered my name. A gallows moon over cold water sky. Ain't no place to run, ain't no reason why. I'm the sin they carved in stone, but I ain't the only one who's known. The truth don't beg, the rope don't lie. Under that gallows moon, I won't cry. They say I killed a man in July heat, but forgot to tell how he crushed my street, how he burned my home and stole my name, and left me broke and then framed my shame. I wore the guilt like a second skin, but deep inside I knew my sin. I wasn't clean, but it wasn't alone. This town was built on buried bone. Our gallows moon over cold water's breath, where the wind tastes sweet with death. They don't want truth, they want it neat, with rope and silence, not defeat. So hang me high, let justice bend, but I ain't the only one who won't pretend. You judge me, but never looked inside. I bled for what you tried to hide. Bends downward like a cry for mercy. And now I stand with the noose around my throat, but my heart beats slow like a closing note. They think they've won, that the curse ends here, but the ground still groans with every year. My hands may shake, but my soul is steel, 'cause I face the truth they never feel. So let that rope do what it may, but this town's ghost will never stay. I gallows moon over cold water stone. I may swing, but I ain't alone. The curse runs deep, the blood runs wide. You can hang the man, but not what died. The sin was shared, the blame was sown under that gallows moon. Truth is known. Last whispered line, this town hanged its own reflection. Then only wind. Slow creak of chapel door, crow calls in distance, dust falling from rafters. I walk through the valley with blood on my hands. No angels sang, just the groan of this land. The chapel stood like a dying prayer. Cross half burned, no soul in the air. I came to kneel, to speak his name, but the Bible was soaked in someone else's shame. Dust on the pews, mold in the light, and every stained glass wept with blight.
There's dust in the chapel, no God in sight, just echoes of murder and pale moonlight. I searched for mercy, just found a flame. Blood on the verses, guilt without a name. I was begging for peace, but it never came. Just dust in the chapel. and fire in my veins. I flipped through pages that bled and tore. Each one cried out like a forgotten war. Thou shalt not kill, but what if you must? When love dies first and all turns to rust. The preacher's chair was cracked and cold, his book left open, his story untold. No choir sang, no bell did ring, just wind through rafters like the devil's string. There's dust in the chapel and smoke in the light, no holy water, just whiskey at night. I asked the sky, I cursed the flame, but the silence answered, always the same. She's gone, he's gone, nothing remains, just dust in the chapel and fire in my veins. So I left my mark where the altar stood, scratched in ash, carved deep in wood. Forgive me not, for I won't plead. God turned away when I started to bleed. Now I walk this road that never ends. No graves, no saints, no love to mend. Each mile of prayer that goes unheard, each breath a sermon too twisted for words. There's dust in the chapel, faith turned to rust. No heaven waits for the likes of us. I beg for light, but I belong tonight. A cursed disciple, lost from right. I tried to believe, but belief wasn't chains, just dust in the chapel and fire in my veins.
Of an old road, a woman's faint voice echoes like a dirge.
She stood beneath that crooked limb in a black lace veil with eyes gone dim. Her song rose slow like funeral smoke, each note a nail, each word she spoke. No one dared ask she came from, but chills ran cold when she begun. She sang of fate, she sang of flame, and every soul knew she knew your name.
She sang at the hanging tree with a voice like dirt and prophecy. Told her chains, told her pain, and the rope that waits in the pouring rain. I swear she sang that song for me. She sang at the hanging tree.
I came to town with blood on my back, running from ghosts lost in the track. But when I heard her haunting tone, I felt the gallows in my bones. She didn't blink, she didn't cry, just watched the sky like it might lie. Said, boy, the dead don't chase in vain, they follow breath, they drink your name.
She sang at the hanging tree with crows above and mud beneath. Each word she wailed cut through the air like she was born to curse and bear. And when she turned, she looked through me. She say she vanished at first light, but I hear her song most every night when the wind curls round the cedar bark and the noose sways in the dark. Now I ride and ride, but I can't flee. I hear a voice behind each tree, and every time my fire gets low, I feel her humming in the glow. She sang at the hanging tree, not to warn but to decree that some men walk with no reprieve, no God, no grave, just dust and grief. And now her song won't set me free. She sang at the hanging tree.
I saw faces in the rippling tide, the ones I left, the ones who died. Their eyes were open, lips sewn shut, still whispering truths I tried to cut. I screamed a name, but it didn't rise. The river just hummed with lullabies, a song of guilt, a song of rust, the men who drown but don't return to dust. A Black River baptism, ain't no release, no holy light, no chance at peace. That current dragged, that current knew, it fed on lies I thought untrue. I thought I'd wash the blood from skin, but the stain just sank deeper in. No matter how far I leave that shore, the river hums inside my core. So don't come looking to wash your shame. This ain't no place for a soul to reclaim. It don't save, it don't absolve, it just takes your name and lets it dissolve in black river baptism. A funeral lie where sinners go when they're too tired to die. No angels sing, no dove descends, just a curse that flows and never ends. I knelt for mercy, but it pulled me in. Now I bleed black water from within. Ain't no grave, ain't no grace, just a river's face.
They fell one by one, too good for this land. Calloused hearts, but open hand. Tried to help me, tried to pray, but the good die slow when I'm in the way. I watched him go, I still wide, like they saw the devil kneeling at their side. No peace, no sleep in their final breath, just the ache of truth right before death. Saying saints die with their eyes open wide. They see what's coming, they see what I hide. Carry their names like loaded guns, each one a weight that can't be undone. No heaven waits where I've been roaming. Can saints die with their eyes open? The preacher bled trying to cleanse my soul. The sheriff cried like a 10-year-old. The girl I loved, she tried to stay. Now she haunts me in the light of day. I try to forget, but guilt don't sleep. It rides my spine and digs in deep. Every kindness I ever touched turned to ash, turned to dust. Yeah, saints die with their eyes open wide. The truth cuts deeper than the blade I hide. They saw the man I tried to faint, but they died knowing I'm soaked and stained.
eyes open. Whisper breath, even death don't want me. Held it shut on the bloody land. Laid myself down, whispered a prayer. But no God listened, just empty air. I lit the match with a shaking grin. Thought flames might burn off all my sin, but the fire coughed once, then died real slow, and the wind just laughed from down below. That's the coffin that wouldn't burn, where the smoke won't rise and the ashes turn. The dead man inside still breathes a curse, trapped in flesh that won't reverse. No grave to claim, no tomb to earn, just a coffin that wouldn't burn. I felt the flame kiss my broken skin. The pain turned numb, then turned back in. No light appeared, no shadows fled, just stench of hope already dead. They say some souls get lost too deep. Even reapers pass them in their sleep. Now I drag this shell through mud and smoke, half a whisper, half a joke. Oh, that's the coffin that wouldn't burn, where lessons die but guilt returns. I dug the pit with trembling pride, but the earth refused to let me hide. No rest, no fire, just lessons learned in a coffin that wouldn't burn. So I walk this road with a smoky scent, the stink of fire that never went. Each town I pass, they feel the chill, like something crawled out that should lie still. I see the grave I dug back then, still empty now like it always been. Maybe death just turned away and cursed me here to rot and stay. That's the coffin that wouldn't burn, where the dead don't sleep and the damned return, where the flames go dark but never die, and silence screams in a hollow sky. I was meant to fall, not to return, but I woke in a coffin that wouldn't burn.
one turning round. No mile markers, no burial ground. Dust in my lungs, smoke in my hair. Ain't no one waiting, 'cause no one dares. I once had a name, it burned away. With every town I may betray. Now I sing blues to the bones below, a cursed confession and a broken flow. This is the road with no grave, no rest, where the wicked walk and bleed at best. No stone to fall, no cross to save, just dust and wind for the soul I gave. I howl through night like a dog enslaved, still walking the road with no grave. I met a priest, he turned to flee, said you smell like brimstone misery. I met a widow, she kissed my lips, then vanished like smoke through apocalypse. I don't eat much, I don't sleep right, I dream in blood and wake in night. Each town I play, I leave undone. Another hymn, another loaded gun. This is the road with no grave, no light, where forgiveness dies and wrong feels right. No hymns remain, no sins to shave, just blues I howl from the edge of a cave. I gave up heaven, I sold the brave, now I burn down the road with no grave. I ain't a man no more, just chords and scars. My ribs are strings, my lungs hold bars. I played a ghost that clap off beat and dance in shadows with broken feet. Sometimes I laugh, sometimes I cry, but mostly I sing 'cause I can't die. Each song's a wound I pour into flame, each note I play screams out her name. This is the road with no grave, no peace, where the blues don't end, they just release. No ending page, no line to brave, just the howl of a soul the Lord won't save. I ain't man, I ain't beast, I ain't slave, I'm just a voice on the road with no grave.